Hi guys! So today I am going to be doing my very first video of 2018. I have filmed that intro so many times because I keep saying 2017 and I'm probably going to continue to do so over the next 12 months, and then when I finally get used to saying 2018 it'll be 2019. So yeah, for today's video I am going to be doing my 2017 stats. I didn't really have goals for 2017, so I can't really go over whether I accomplished my goals or not, so instead I'm just going to tell you the stats for my reading of 2017 as well as my goals for 2018. So the only kind of goal that I had for 2017 was my Goodreads reading challenge, and I set that to 60 books, and in 2017 I ended up reading a grand total of 83 books, which I'm very happy about. I have never read that many books in a year in my whole life, and according to Goodreads I read a grand total of 25,738 pages. The shortest book that I read was The Adventure of Johnny Waverly by Agatha Christie, which was 26 pages. And the longest book that I read was Winter by Marissa Meyer, which was 827 pages. Now I did try and keep a bookish bullet journal for 2017 to kind of keep track of how many books I gave certain star ratings, or how many books from each genre I read, or how many books with whatever amount of pages I read, but towards the end of the year I kind of gave up on doing that. But from what I had gathered so far before I stopped, the genre that I had read the most from was science fiction fantasy. I'm going to try and do that bookish bullet journal thing again for this year and really try and keep track of my stats for what I'm reading and stuff like that. I think the thing I found the most difficult with was that I'm not very good at giving full star ratings, and so whenever I gave a half rating I found it difficult whether I was going to put it in a 3 or 4 star, if it was 3.5 or so on and so forth. And as well, a lot of books fall under multiple genres, which again I found it really difficult to just put it under one, so I kind of got a little bit overwhelmed with that, and I have a lot of OCD when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I'm going to try my best to keep track of that stuff better in 2018. So now on to my 2018 goals for reading and for my channel. I just kind of wrote these down as I thought of them, so they're a mix in here of reading goals and channel goals. So I have them written on my phone, which is why I'm looking down. So my first challenge, of course, is my Goodreads challenge, and since I joined Goodreads I've basically been upping my challenge every year 10 books. So when I joined I set it for 50 books, last year it was 60 books, and so this year I'm setting it to 70 books. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to accomplish that considering I read 83 books last year. However, I do know that I have a very busy year ahead of me, so if I know that I won't be able to finish 70 books, then I will set it back to a more reasonable number. But if I did the math correctly, which I probably didn't, had I set my challenge to 72 books, I would have had to read an average of 6 books a month. So since it's only 70 books, I have to read around 5 or 6 books a month, which I think is doable. My second reading goal is to read as many of my owned TBR books as possible. I made a whole video all about this called 18 books/series I want to read in 2018. If you want to watch that video, I will leave a link to it up in the card in the corner. Every book I mentioned in that video I owned, or I at least owned the first book in the series that I wanted to read. On top of that, I made a giant list in my bookish bullet journal of all of the books that I want to read in 2018, not just the ones I own, but also the ones that I had marked on my Goodreads to be read. And I counted up all of those books and series, and they turn out to be over 100 books that I would have to read if I want to finish all the books that I'd like to. I don't think that's gonna happen, but you never know. My next goal is to not buy as many books that I haven't already read. I do have a tendency of going to my library book sale or anywhere where I can get really cheap secondhand books and just buying anything that I've even remotely heard of, and 9 times out of 10 I either don't end up reading those books at all or I don't really like them. So I really want to stop doing that and only buy books that I know I want to read or that I've already read. And as well, another part of this goal is that if I do buy a book that I haven't read before, I want to read it within the month or 2 that I've bought it. Again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to try and do that. My next goal is actually one for my channel, and that is that I want to do Vlogoween again this year, which I did my own kind of version of Vlogoween. Instead of posting every single day, which would be a little overwhelming for me and also for you guys, with everybody doing Vlogmas, or not Vlogmas, Vlogoween, I feel like everyone's posting and there's not enough time to watch everybody that you want to. So the way I did it was by posting 13 videos, you know, 13, unlucky number, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. So I posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so I'd like to do a Vlogoween again this year by posting 13 videos in October. My next challenge is to create my own readathon, actually my second one, because I did create the A Very Merry Readathon, which happens in December, which will be happening again this year. But you guys may have heard, if you follow me on Twitter, that I created another readathon called the Disney Read Along, which is taking place from May 6th to the 12th. Once it gets closer to the date, I will announce the challenges that go along with it, but there are going to be 5 challenges, all of which will be based off of Disney characters, movies, etc. So I am super excited about that. And my next goal, I think I keep calling these challenges, but I mean them more as goals. My next goal is also for my channel, and that is to incorporate more Disney into my channel. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to be doing that. I did do a video a couple months back of like my top 10 favorite Disney hero sidekicks, and I was thinking of doing more of those, but they don't get a lot of views, so I figured people aren't really keen on seeing them. So I'm going to try and think of other ways to incorporate Disney into my channel a bit more. If you guys have any suggestions for that, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I love Disney and so I want it to be more a part of my channel. Next goal is another reading one, and that is to give proper ratings, is how I wrote it down. But basically what I mean by this is that I tend to feel bad about giving books low ratings. So books that I would give 1 stars, I always end up giving 2 stars, and like books I would give 2 stars, I end up giving 3 stars, and so on and so forth. So I want to be more, not like critical with my ratings, but just give them the proper ratings that I want to rate them and not feel bad about it. Which is another thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video. The average rating that I gave for my books in 2017 was 3.5 stars, which I feel is not 100% accurate, because again, I gave a lot of books higher ratings than I mean to, and it's also a little bit difficult. Like, I honestly considered not giving books star ratings anymore this year, because it like is really irritating with like my OCD when it comes to this stuff, where I can't give on Goodreads half ratings or even like quarter ratings. Like sometimes I just want to give a book 3.75 stars because it was better than 3.5 but just not quite up there with a 4-star rating, and so I feel like the ratings are always kind of off and it just frustrates me. So basically I just want to give the proper ratings that I want to rate books and not feel bad about giving them low ratings. And then my final goal for 2018 is to post more on Instagram. I have a lot of trouble with Instagram because I feel like I want to have a theme, and like for a little bit there I had a theme, and then that theme got like boring for me, and so then I tried this other theme, but I only posted 2 pictures for it, so my whole Instagram thing just looks weird. But I don't want to delete the pictures because they got a lot of likes, and so it's very frustrating. And so what I'm thinking of doing is, I find that I like posting on Instagram stories a lot more than posting like permanent Instagram pictures. So even as of late, in like the last few days of December, I've been posting a bit more onto Instagram stories, which I think is what I'm going to do. So yeah, I just want to be more active on Instagram because I really don't post much on there at all. I keep seeing everyone posting their like top 9 pics of 2017, and I'm like, I don't even think I posted 9 pictures in 2017. Those were all of my reading and channel goals for 2018. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if there are any videos that you would like to see from me in 2018, or if there are specific kind of videos that I make that you'd like to see more of. So yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!